Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
37 is an important number in Cardinals lore. It's a number that belonged to Larry Centers, who is conspicuously missing from the team's Ring of Honor. It also represents the 37th season since the Cardinals came to Arizona, a season that begins Sunday in Buffalo, and it's a very important season for a lot of reasons. Number one, there is a wafting, subtle scent of expectations in the air that we are 1 to 2 years away from a return to prominence in Arizona. And yet, if it doesn't work out, the Cardinals might be drifting backwards in time to the days when they were the standard in how not to run an NFL franchise. This is an opinion, it's fact. The Cardinals have combined for 8 victories in a 2-year span, only 3 times in their desert history, but it's happened twice since 2018. And if there is not a dramatic improvement in the win total this season, the consequences will be pretty severe. Finally, Kyler Murray, he needs to be that dude. He needs to be like Kurt Warner, who became a late-blooming superstar and led his team to the Super Bowl at age 28. He needs to be one of the breakthrough players of 2024. And so the goal shouldn't be winning 7 games. It should be a 7-game improvement like the Houston Texans from a year ago, and anything less is proof that our NFL standards have been dulled yet again.
I believe so. It's hard not to hear what's said. It's hard not to see what's said. But like I said, everybody's got their projections for every team going into the season. But now it matters. So none of that really matters.
It's Kyler Murray earlier this week answering the question, do you feel like this team has a chip on its shoulder? I think so. Kyler Murray, the possibilities of him playing up to his capability, talking about health, not having to worry about the knee anymore. It's second nature. He came back. He had 8 games on the knee last year. It went fine. He says he feels even better than that. But when talent meets coaching meets something to prove, that can be devastating. Not predicting anything here, but Kyler Murray he's been through a lot of stuff.
Yes, he has.
He has. 6 years as an NFL player.
Yes, he has.
And there's a feeling, I think, that a lot of people have that maybe that stuff is finally behind Kyler Murray.
That he's ready for that breakthrough. Yeah, listen, and again, I know this for a fact. You know this for a fact, based on social media responses and emails and the like, that there's still a good percentage of people in Arizona who do not care for Kyler Murray. I want this year to be the year that changes, where everybody realizes, okay, I was wrong about that guy. That guy is legit. That guy is must-watch television. I already think he is, the latter. I felt this last year where I'm like, oh, man, watching this football team without him is a chore. And it's because you begin to expect the quarterback that's impossible to take your eyes off. Every single snap Kyler Murray has the ball in his hands, you have no idea what might happen. But it might be something you've never seen before.
That's true.
And now this has to be the year that he puts that all together, that he has that year from start to finish where he is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. He's got the skill to do it. He's got the will to do it. Can this offense cover for his weaknesses, seeing the entire field, and will the arrival of this sensational weapon in Marvin Harrison Jr. kind of mark this new beginning here? Because if Marvin Harrison Jr. turns out to be that dude, if he turns out to be Larry Fitzgerald with speed, then we could be looking at something super cool here.
Yeah. Here's Kyler Murray in his media session earlier this week talking about what he hopes this offense can actually put out there on Sunday.
Go out there and play good football, execute, take care of the ball, stay ahead of the chains. It's going to be obviously a hostile environment against a good football team. So obviously we can't going backwards. Ain't going, won't bode well for us. So we got to stick to the plan and play well.
Lots of turnover on the Buffalo defense. I expect the Cardinals to stick with what they did last year. At the end of last year, if you look at the numbers, they were a tremendous running team. No team in the NFL other than the Arizona Cardinals had 4 games of over 200 yards rushing. 3 of those games came after the return of Kyler Murray. his threat of running the football and offense makes him that much more dangerous in that aspect of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They come out and pound. I absolutely expect them to be a run-first team, not just Sunday, but throughout this season. But now when you've got a Trey McBride who's seasoned a little bit last year, and again, let's not glaze over the fact that Trey McBride looked like another draft bust when in his rookie season. He's going to be one of the top tight ends in football this year. Marvin Harrison Jr., another year for Michael Wilson Jr., Michael Wilson. Greg Dortch, he's going to be a starter until Zay Jones comes back, and maybe after Zay Jones comes back. I am very excited to watch what Kyler Murray can do with this offense in total.
Mike Dortch.
This is also the first year for Kyler Murray with a crazy base salary. His base salary is jumping from $2 million last year to $37 million this year. That's base.
Never mind, it's all over.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you're wondering why maybe the Cardinals are a little reticent to spend money elsewhere, that's a lot of base salary to be paying this year.
Hey, Kyler, how's work going? Well, I got a raise. How much?
What, 35 mil?
8% increase?
Right.
$35 million increase.
I'm excited about it. I think the kid is going to hit, and as I've said repeatedly, if it doesn't happen for him this year, it's time then to begin to think about maybe it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Buda Baker spoke yesterday, too, about Kyler Murray, and those guys have been teammates for a while, two of the longer-tenured Arizona Cardinals at this point. Here was Buda Baker's synopsis of what he's seen from Kyler Murray.
With all the all the players that he has, of course, I feel like he should be happy, should be excited, should be at his best, because of we have great players all around for him. Tight end, we have one of the best tight ends in the league. Some great receivers, great rookie receiver that will be able to showcase his abilities, and of course great running backs as well. And James Conner, all those running backs, but of course James Conner. Great running back that, runs downhill and is, a punisher. So definitely excited. Great O-line as well. Guys who just want to, put their hand in the dirt and block to the best of their abilities for K1. So definitely excited for what our offense can do and what K1 can do, especially. I didn't even talk about his ability to run. So it's going to be definitely exciting.
There's a lot of people that are excited about the offense as well. Ross Tucker, part of the broadcast crew that's doing the game Sunday, along with Jay Feely on CBS. He joined Wolf and Luke yesterday. He's expecting big things from the offense.
I think it's going to be an awesome game. I really do. I think, I know you guys know it out there. I'm not sure nationally people really remember just how well the Cardinals finished the season. And in particular, how good they were running the ball and how well Kyler Murray was playing. And that was, with him really just learning, Drew Petzing's new offense and him still shaking off a lot of rust physically from the torn ACL. And so it stands to reason that, with him having a full off season and being a year further removed from the injury, and then adding a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., there's really, based on how the year ended, no reason not to expect the Cardinals offense to really, really be able to play well and really be a good unit, way better than I think people realize nationally.
In football, are you a believer of carryover from year to year? It's a thinker, isn't it?
No.
Generally speaking, I'm not either.
Yeah, no.
Because there's so much turnover, so many things are different. I think you can have individual carryover, like, hey, a light bulb went on for this player, and they've figured out how to be a pro player, and maybe they can improve on that.
Yeah.
But it's so hard for units or teams to really carry that over. Yeah.
Listen, I think there are exceptions, like maybe the Chiefs, if you will, but I do agree with you. Teams teams like last year's Cardinals that stacked moral victories together. No, I don't think so. I think you can take comfort in that you showed that you can play at a high level collectively, but no, I don't think there's much.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.